All right. Let me get my stuff set up here. Today, we are going to be working on combat, and I want to actually do it right this time. I was just messing around with it before, but we gotta get it really working here. That's set up. Let's go to my... pull up my ad schedule real quick. Okay, that's good to go. Pretty sure everything's good to go here. Yeah, I think we're good. Here we are. Actually, 1 second. There we go. Okay. Let's update our stream goal for once. Let's say combat system. And we're going to end up adding this to a class at some point, I believe. Maybe even just throw it in the unit class and then just have something that determines whether or not it's a enemy that attacks or a unit that does not attack. We'll see. But currently my system is broken. I did add a little bit off stream for the enemies to attack as like when you attack one. Don't you dare. Okay. Oh. They all attacked. Why is that? Why does one of them attack? But then they're pathing. They don't try to avoid each other. Sometimes they just don't attack when they should. Oh, it's because there's a cooldown before they attack. Yeah, we're going to rebuild this whole thing. And they just crawl on top of each other. They don't try to path around each other. Maybe it's because it's set up to just point directly at the player. They're constantly just floating on top of each other. So we're going to actually design what we want the system to be on average for these enemies. And then code it out. And I think I should logic it out first before I start typing code. So what we're going to do is let's plan it out. So we've got, you know what? We have Obsidian. Let's do a new note entitled Canvas Demo Flowchart GDD. Okay. Can I do a new, create new drawing? This one is going to be rename combat state system. Let's actually plan this out first. This is crazy. Wow. Would you look at that? Planning something out before building it. No one's ever done it before. All right. Okay. All right, we're done. All right, let's see what we got. So we've got hey Cap, what's up? Planning, yes. Non-hostile state. We don't need to worry about the move states, the idle state, all that. We're just going from a non-hostile state to hostile state. So we've got this, and this happens when player attacks. Okay. So basic stuff. We're going to group these. How do you do that? Ah! That's not what I wanted. Okay. Hello, lunch. What is up? Good to see you again. I'm here but sleeping. I walked 18 miles outside nonstop for 6 hours, incredibly sore. So just here so you can have Bezos money. Sounds good, brother. Good to see you, Stewie. Appreciate you being here, as always. All right. So we have this action where a player attacks, and we move this guy into a hostile state. Now, the thing that I currently have set up is I emit a signal that says, hey, you're hostile now, and we listen for it on the dinosaur. So basically, let's take a look at it. It's in my global. We've got group hostile, which is just a bad signal name in the first place. We're going to remove a lot of stuff. Then we have Dino. Dino connects to it on ready, and then when it gets emitted, then we transition to chasing. And when we take damage, we emit this, right? But that also means every time we hit a guy, they transition to chasing, which isn't like not a huge deal, because then they just instantly check if they're within range. It's not like they're going to start chasing you right after you hit them if they're really close. They'll just attack. Skywalk, what's up? Ad break incoming, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and snooze that. Let's see here. Do you have a roaming idle state? Yes. I'm not going to plan out any of that because I already have that built. Buttermilk Pancake as well. Man, we're getting a lot of names in here. A lot of, very quickly, too. This is early in the stream. But basically, we have our idle, like, non-hostile states already kind of figured out. And they're kind of fine. We'll add more to them. But, like, there's going to be, like, maybe a grazing state or something. But those are all good to go. They're fine. But then we trigger the hostile state. Now, I do need to do some sort of signal. So, signal other, I'll just say similar creatures they should become hostile, but only within a certain range. So we can do 1. So this is effect number 1. We want to do this signal. 2. Signal connects and puts them in a hostile state. Okay, within a certain range. Ooh, what do I... Anti-Ham, what's up? Snowminx, what's up? I think the first time I dropped by, I followed you because of Godot. Nice, okay, nice. Usually the time I sit down and get my grind in, or this time I sit down and get my grind in. Haven't been gaming lately, just watching streamers and working through Godot stuff. There we go. It gets addicting. Glad to see you are on and putting work in, for sure. We've been putting in a lot of work recently, too. It's been a good like week or two of, because I had taken that break for 3 weeks. And even before that, I had taken another break. And I just hadn't been getting a lot done, especially through the grind of all that inventory stuff. But now things are coming together. We just kind of hit a good momentum. We're just keeping it going. Okay, this is already set up there. Is there anything else I want to do with that signal before we move to the next state? I don't know if there's... Oh, man. Hostile enemies? I don't know if I would use that. The only thing is I can't get these guys to avoid each other when they're chasing you. So, signal by faction creatures in case the future... Yeah, and I could do something like that. So I have teams already. And I could do something like team creature instead of just team bad. And so then they would do differently. Or I'll have a class that is creature and then maybe there's a... I don't know. But currently, these guys won't avoid each other. They just run into each other and they just run straight at you. And they're all trying to get in the way. And the avoidance on the navigation agents just doesn't work. So if I look at the dinosaur and I look at his nav agent, I have avoidance enabled on. Body of the avoidance agent does not affect normal pathfinding. To change an actor's pathfinding radius, bake navigation mesh resources with a different navigation mesh agent radius property. Use different navigation maps for each actor size. Navigation mesh agent radius. So if I go back to here, what is my agent radius? 2 meters. That should be plenty if it was going to do anything. Oh, and I don't want to rebake navigation meshes. So then I have to redo my grass. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but... Won't attack snails. Yeah, the butterfly won't aggro. Yeah, and I think I'll do something where it like connects and then it just checks, are you of a certain kind? And then if so, go to hostile state, you know. This avoidance thing is really annoying though. Because I don't know how to fix it. It just doesn't work. I think in 4.3, it might work. I thought I saw something that to the effect that it had been fixed in 4.3. So navigation avoidance not working Godot. Yep, they all just run straight for you. The path and path movement tells the fourth agent to go through the other agents, while the avoidance velocity tells the agent to move back to avoid overlap. That's why the enemy is stuck there. Oh, it's just avoiding a collision. Interesting. I'm going to snooze that ad. Just a few seconds to share. Pathing like a collision shape. So this might not actually be about avoidance. So let me see here. So I just can't do a path that goes straight to the player. Path also gets reset rather quickly, either due to your timer or path reset. Avoidance is not a group movement, formation, surround, whatever. Giving you a nice surround movement for the enemies or good alternative paths is no concern of the avoidance nor its job. Avoidance is pure velocity based and has zero to do with the path finding or path following that you set in your scripts. So let me also just try something where I go to dinosaur here. And I do a radius of like 5. Let's see here. So I might do the slots-based thing where I just kind of surround the player with a couple spots that enemies can attack from. Got a hydration in there. Oh my god, Why do they all attack then, too? Something's messed up, because it happens on the first attack always. So is it just if the paths overlap? So they maybe slow down to let to not collide or something? Because they aren't unique but copies. I don't think so. I think that just the avoidance thing just doesn't have to do with the actual path. It just has to do with velocities and not running into each other when they're like behind each other or something. But I think they have to be following like the same path or something, which that doesn't really make any sense. I had that when I made my AI. Okay. Well, I mean, I could just check. It's a pretty easy check, so. And they're getting stuck on these other guys. Oh no. Oh. Okay. Let's go over here. Yeah, there's still just... Yeah. So it's not a... I think it's more of a pathing thing if they were like going around a corner or something and then they end up having like the exact same path. Ads starting... Jeez. Ads are so annoying. Okay. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is make our own. This guy mentioned leader script. So we will be adding them to an array of hostile enemies. Where to go and when to attack. Okay, so you can kind of imagine it as an array within a sort of global, kind of a global script, but I'm not going to do it in the global script. I'll do it in the enemy AI script, which will be a global, a singleton. We're going to have our stuff like all the enemies within there. We're going to be checking, are all the enemies that were added here hostile? Because if you run away and then come back and they're not hostile anymore, we should clear that out. But yeah, okay. So hostile state. First things first. Okay, we got an ad in 3 minutes. I can't snooze it anymore, so just a heads up. I don't know if there's going to be 3 of these states. Probably not, actually. But so the first one is something like main attacker. This guy gets assigned to be the main threat for a given loop. And I might have to loop this over and over again, like... Yeah, I will need to. So... And I might just do it based on, like, position. Who's closest or who you just attacked. Or I could just do it based on, like, damage taken. I don't know. We'll see. He will come straight... Or he will position to the... Maybe I won't even have that because... we could just do this. Closest to him. He is added to the array at the first slot, something like that. Secondary attackers. These guys. 2 or 3 closest enemies after the main enemy will fill up the other slots. Okay. Secondary attackers, and then we have these are just the what do you call them? Idle hostiles. And these guys just sit around unless you get closer to them. Okay, so they're going to try to be in your general area to still be a threat. So first things first, should I try to build this system first? I think so. Yeah, I think I can do that. So let's go to our scripts. Global, we're going to do create new script. We also have old scenes like Elder God. This is going to get deleted. And main scene can also be deleted. And then main and Elder God be deleted. Okay. Rename this. We're going to call this Enemy AI. Actually, you know what? Let's rename this to just AI. Let's do enemy AI because I just realized that I think you can just call the name of it something else. So auto load, we're going to add a new one. AI. Add. Boom. Close. So now we can do AI dot something. Okay. We have our singleton. What we're going to do is we're going to do hostile enemies. Okay, so we have an array. Oh, that's what I need. Nicotine. Okay. Now we go to our dinosaur and we're going to pull out a lot of this stuff. So I'm going to do stuff. I'm going to leave in maybe every tick chase and these sorts of deals. Take damage. Chase common enemy. That can be pulled out. This cooldown thing is going to change too, but we're not working on that yet. So chasing. To state.chasing. Find target enemy. Where does find target enemy happen? Hostile chase timeout. Okay. Okay, so this is all going to change. But I guess let's just start in our AI. So our enemy AI. Alert nearby enemies. So we could have something like alert nearby enemies. Okay, let's go back to our plan here. Within a certain range, and then we add them to this. Okay. So now here, we do AI dot alert nearby enemies dot connect. And we're going to do add to group. Let's do this. You know what? I want to pull some of this stuff out too. Just to clear this up. You know what? Let's just do this. We're deleting a bunch of stuff. That's fine. So when you get attacked, take damage. We just do take damage. Okay, let me see what happens if I attack. Does anything break? Whoops. Oh, we need a connect. Okay, let's go ahead and close out of that. Save this. Okay. Find target enemy, blah, blah, blah. You know what? This is going to get pulled out too. Take damage. This is fine for now. It's a cooldown thing. Add to enemies array. AI dot what is it? Was it nearby enemies? What was it again? Oh, hostile enemies. Can we just do that? Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, we got to alert nearby enemies dot emit. Okay, let's see if it breaks. We're here. Of course, my collision 4 is active. There we go. Goodness sakes. My hurt boxes are just terrible, clearly. All right, but we do have it here. Weapon effect applied is active. Is active is a thing that we don't need. I don't know where that's getting printed. Oh, right there. I don't need to do that. Okay, but we printed hostile enemies. And so now we have 3 in hostile enemies. Okay. Sweet. So, and what are they trying to do right now? What are they trying to do? Stuck on the edges. Maybe something with pathing got blown up when I deleted a bunch of stuff, but that's fine. They're all trying to just get away from this area. Climbing on top of each other just to get out. Now I hit him again, and now we've got 4, 5, 6, 7. We now have 6 guys in the array. So obviously that's going to be a problem too. So what we need to do is, so how do we check if we're in an array? So check if object is already in array. Godot. Let's see here. The has function. Okay, so has, I could just do, or there's in. So has, okay, I see. Could I do something like if expected after if statement. If AI.hostile enemies has self Okay, so that works. So we could do return and then else. Then we do this. Okay, that'll work. So we're checking if we're in that already. If we are, then return. Otherwise, add us there. Goodness sakes. Oh, wait. Okay, we've got 3. Hit him again. Hit him again. Excuse me. Oh, it's because we're returning out of it. Duh. So we would need to... Which means that it's probably working, but I just want to see it printed, of course. I really should fix my hurt boxes on these guys. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it was empty and then it was added. 3, okay. Hit him again. 3, perfect. Okay, so we're staying there. Nice. Our performance is on the game is dropping heavily, but you know, I'll do a performance test later someday. Get our frame rates back under control. Okay, so let's go back to our plan. Add them to an array. All right, now what we can do is we can do a transition to just like a move towards the enemy. So what we're gonna do is in our enemy AI, maybe we do something like assign enemy roles. So how do we want to do this? Do we just grab whoever is in the array? Can I do something like equals global dot player var here? Whoops. Goodness, the FPS. Okay, nothing broke. Oh, because that wasn't in... Let's do a pass here. Let's move this up. Okay, does this work to load in and just assign it to that? And actually, I need to remember to print this. See if it breaks. Native class. So it's printing this. I'll put a breakpoint on it and run it again. What's up, Blades? I guess we'll see. We'll just see if I need to do a different thing for this, but for now I can just do assign enemy roles. So how do I want to do this? 2 10-hour shifts in a row? Dang. Got out early. Nice. Okay, so if I have player, attack, enemy, this guy should be main enemy. These guys should be secondaries, and these guys should be kind of onlookers that kind of just come over here and hang out. And then every once in a while it'll switch it up and we'll throw some new guys in there that come in. But for now, it will basically be the guy you attacked first is going to just go to the point closest to you. Then we assign the other 2 slots, or 3 slots, to the next guys. And they're going to move towards those. Oops. Okay. So what I could do is in Dino, when you take damage, alert nearby enemies. I don't really like this name now, suddenly. Enemies to array. Okay. Now in Dino, in take damage, we can... What can we do? We can do another emit that basically says... Oh, but... What if there's already enemies in the array? I was going to say we could just say add us as the main guy, but then every guy you attack after that will then try to go to that slot. But maybe that's not a huge deal. Let's do something like this for now. If enemies, AI.enemy or hostile enemies. How do we check if it's just empty? Arrays. Let's see here. just length or count. Or size. Took 3 HP of damage today and 40 emotional damage. There we go. Just taking max psychic damage. Oh, wait. Just is empty. Okay. Nice. That is empty. Then we say AI dot... what should we call this? Like just, let's just do enemy 1 equals self. Then we go to AI again. Maybe there's a better way of doing this, but if we're only going to have 4 slots where enemies can attack you, like 4 positions, then it's not too big of a deal. Burn arm and finger on hot pans. Dang. She keeps calling her annoying brother or sibling. I take that as an insult. Okay, let's do var enemy. I guess just enemy 2. This doesn't feel like a good way to do this. Maybe I should think it through a little bit first. Or should I just have another array? Or should I have a dictionary? Okay, so we have our player. And if he's facing up, then we have these slots. Actually, I want it more like this. Now, I could put actual slots in there. Mafachu, what's up? People usually make finite state machines for smoother player and AI movement with modularity. Finite state machine, I could definitely... Well, what's the actual difference between a finite state machine and me just using my enumerator for like hostile states and stuff? Is there a difference? Because I've got this. fixed set of states. Machine can be in one state at a time. Yep. Transitions map to events. Yep. Yeah. Character as a script. Do all this. Boolean, okay. Likely need to add a new Boolean to track it. Yep. Enum states, yeah. Yeah, so this is basically what I got. And then it definitely helps. And I'm going to move it over into the base class at some point here. But okay, if we have enemy 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are the possible places the enemies can run to, and then they can try to attack you. So, should I create nodes that are actually, like, on the player? Like if I go here, 3D, let's add node 3Ds. Transform, I do Z1, nope, Z -1. The only thing is it's not really going to rotate with the, because I think only the model rotates. And I do 1. Then here I do -1. And here I do 1. Okay. We have these positions, which I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Let's get my music rolling again. Okay, so if it's empty, then we add it to self. Or we change enemy AI 1 to self. Enemy in hostile enemies. If enemy 1 is equal to enemy. Okay, let me think about this. So if there's already an enemy 1, then we go through this. An enemy, if enemy here is enemy 1, then we just return out. Wait a second. Maybe we should do an array for this rather than having 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have to do 2 for loops? I'm going to do leader here. And then I'm also going to go to dyno. We're going to do leader equals self. Okay. And then what we're going to do is our okay. Does not equal enemy and main threats dot size is less than or equal to 2. Oh, wait, no, 3, because it's not the index. Does that even work? Let's do pass. Okay, no error. Threats dot size less than or equal to 3. Then okay, right now we're just going to do run it. And see what happens. We're printing stuff, so we'll just see how it works. Okay, there were 2 in that. Hit them again. There's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. . let me make this more clear. So take away that print so then we can just see the print that we need. Boom. Boom. Hit him again. Boom. Assign enemy roles. Why is it not? Oh, we're returning. Can I just do this? Okay, and it shows 1, 2 right there. Print main threats, which should be those guys over there. If I hit them again. Okay. Okay, let's try this. Okay. Bro. What is up with my collision shapes? There we go. Okay. There's still 4 of them. Also, why is it? It seems like that's the same. Yeah. Let's do break, and then here we do So main threats is there. We have a leader. We have hostile enemies. So 4 enemy and hostile enemies. Leader equals enemy. Then we just continue, and then we check if we're not the leader, and main threats dot size is less than or equal to 3. Then if enemy in main threats. Then we break, else we append it, and then we print it. Okay. Why am I only getting the same node passed in twice? And it goes up to 4 and then it stops. Wait, break goes... Does break you fully out of the loop, or is that just a return? Let me see here. Just gonna Google it. Return, would a return here go all the way and stop the for loop? Okay, break fully stops the loop. Oh, if enemy and main threats. So this would need to be continue. Doing some chat jippity here. Oh, we are trying to add self here. That's so dumb. What am I doing? This is where chat jippity can be good. Bro, I swear. It's also saying I might be able to just do this. Wait. No, that is what I've got here. Gotta use Cloud or something for programming. I mean, the way I use ChatGPT, it actually works pretty good. I should use Claude too, just to see how it is, but I just use it very rarely and just for very specific things. And it's good for what I need. Okay. Yeah, I try to use it very little, of course, so then I can actually learn. Okay, dinosaur, blip, and blip, nice. And then I hit it again a couple times. Dinosaur, blip, and blip. Perfect. Awesome. Nice. So let's take all of these, double them. Oh, whoops. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have this. In was it main threats? So these are hangback enemies. These are enemy and main threats. Okay. Now, I could do something. When you're going to let them attack you? Basically, they're just going to reach the position that they're trying to get to and then throw their attack. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Right now, I'm just trying to space them out, though. Okay. Okay, so now we can do something like set nav targets. And this is probably not going to be performant, but also we're probably only going to have a couple enemies you're going to be fighting at once ever. So, by the way, we got an ad coming up in 3 minutes, just a heads up. So, enemy target. It's going to be a node 3D, so we can just put that in there. So, leader.enemy. I think we can do that too. For enemy in main threats. Wait, how would I do this if they're... That's not going to work, right? I'm going to call this now and see what it errors as. And actually, we need to do 2 here. Yeah, it's definitely going to break. So, app, yeah. So, how do I plug this into... Okay, we got an ad going. AP1, AP2, AP3, and AP4. How can I call them out on this for loop so it takes each node instead of just AP1 as the number I increases? Okay. Yeah, I could do this. Cannot call it non-static. Or I can just have them set themselves on the ready function. Let's try this. Target name. Threats, main threats I dot target or enemy target. So it's I plus 1. And there's 3 in there. So it's going to do 1, 2, 3. So really what we need is I plus 2. So it does 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Daniel, what's up? Let's see what happens. Truly have no idea if this is going to work. Attack position 2. Attack position 3. Perfect. Okay, now what we can do is we can do our, let's just do our state chasing. So state dot chasing. Chase. So we'll do every tick chase. Now we're done nav target, blah, blah, blah. But what we can do is global position minus enemy target instead of that. Then we can do this. Okay, let's see what happens. Brakes. Vector 3 and object. Oh. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, definitely hit him. We're doing this stuff here, I think. So on nav timer timeout. We do that. And we can do our transition to transition to chasing. So we can stop those. And then here, take damage. Current state equals state dot chasing. Okay, let's see if it works now. It's a lot of stuff, but why? Oh, do I need to? Weird. Now they're all going there because they've taken damage. Oh, you know what? So nav target needs to equal the global position minus the enemy target. And their enemy target is set up here. So
I don't know. I just got here.
Fanny Slam, what's up? Gotta hydrate. What's good? Oh, you know, just trying to set up a decent combat system. It was sort of working, but not great. So I just kind of ripped everything out again. Nice. Yes. Okay, let's see what it's printing for these positions. Okay, so I hit him. -1. 91. Enemy target global position. Poor enemies spawning only to be hurt. Yep. These guys have taken some damage over time. Oh, this is the only thing transitioning to chasing. Okay. Chase player let's just do hostile, become hostile. Let's do transition to chasing. Yeah. Now it'll just be the positions that I need to change. Come on. What's up? Oh, did we not even call find target random? Or find enemy target? That's probably it. Maybe? I don't know, actually. Goodness, the frames are low. What are they doing? Why are they still doing find target random? Let's do so we have find target random, transition to walk. Transition to walk. So what is calling transition to walk? Nav timer timeout. Reset timer timeout. Actually, reset timer timeout is calling transition to idle. Bro, why? Oh, we're not emitting this. Goodness sakes. Okay, let's just see how it works now. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Just so happens that they're all trying to go over there. But it does change when I move, which is kind of funny. Okay. Now, is it a direction thing? So, find target enemy. We have global position minus enemy target global position. Okay. Yeah, and these do stay in the same position, so it is a little weird. But okay, so it's just how we're getting the direction they need to go. That's weird. What happens if I just do position there? Should just be global minus global, right? Nope. Enemy target global position. Are these not getting set? Print. Negative 91. Negative 106. So, yeah. The position is correct. Why is this not giving a good... Why is this global position? Let's just go up here. Let's do a print global. Yep, that looks accurate. So, if we minus enemy target global position, which is right there, it should not be taking us to the world origin. Oh, duh. What am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I trying to do that? I'm not trying to get the direction there. I'm just trying to get the actual position. Goodness sakes. We get the direction later. I don't need to be minusing anything. There we go. Look at this. Now they're all going to different spots. They're still trying to get to there. Okay, so now what I could do. Might as well do 4. Let's get my music back on. That's the spot that they want to get to. Okay, still some issues. Because they're going to try to get to those positions first. And they're going to be running into each other the whole time. My FPS is really suffering, but something let's do real quick too. Let's go ahead and delete these guys for now. So we want them to know where each other are and to avoid each other. Problem is, they're very big. Okay, well, let's get back to our planning stage here. Okay, this is good. We have a main attacker. Then we have these. Then these guys aren't really doing anything. So I can have them all kind of fan out. So here's point 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the player. The main guy that you attacked could just be looking to go straight there. The other guys nearby, they might want to go to here. And then there.
Best way to learn Godot?
Hey, Mr. Webb. Webidus. Thank you for the bits, man. I appreciate it. As well as just Twitch. Added 30 bits and 30 bonus bits to Mr.
We added 30 bits and 30 bonus bits to Webada's 13's cheer.
Okay. I have not, I've never seen that before. But yeah, thank you, man. September bonus bits. Ah, okay. So these guys would do something like this as well. But best way to learn Godot? There's a couple good ways. Let me find the best channels. Sent an email? Okay. And let me find the channels. Go to Nears. These are the ones that I always recommend right off the bat. This guy right here is amazing. Some of the stuff isn't like, I don't know if it's great to start with, but this guy here, Heartbeast, has full-on, very well done tutorials. You could start with this space shooter one, Godot 4, and you just go all the way through it. Or I think there's some other Godot 4 ones here. Yeah, follow these guys, watch their videos. They're amazing. And then otherwise, just pick a project that you want to make, figure out the steps that it would take before you had a very basic prototype, and then just start Googling how to do things. Like, oh, I need to make a guy move around. Google how to do that. And then, oh, I need to add a health variable, stuff like that. Just, you know, the basics. And you learn pretty quick on Godot, I think. Godot is solid. Thanks for the 100 extra bits.
I
Dang.
have a little experience with Godot. I just need a way to actually learn it and not copy-paste the code. I can understand, kinda, the code, but when I try to type it I can't really focus or find a way to do it.
Yeah, so that's where, like, doing your own project is big. So pick a project. I would say, let's say you pick a project where you have a character. He can move around in 4 directions. He bumps into stuff, so walls. And he has to avoid enemies that will damage him if he gets close. Flappy Bird, you could also just do that, but you have to avoid, you know, enemies who get close, something like that, and they run into you and you die. And then just have him have a couple goals, like, okay, you want to get movement. Collision is easy enough, but collision and movement. You want to get a health, so HP. Set it to something. You want the character to die and for the game to be done when you die. You want these guys to have an area box around them that detects whether or not they've ran into you. And then maybe you have a zone at the end where if you enter the zone, you win. And you just have to avoid these guys. And these guys have to move and chase you. So you have some goals now already. Some very basic goals. And then you just start and you write out exactly what those mechanics are. And then you start with the most simple basic one. Like just movement, health. Well, I guess, yeah. Movement, collision. Then make an enemy who chases you. Stuff like that. But basically, whatever project you want to start, just break it down into the small pieces, and then look at the documentation. Right here, Godot docs, that's going to be your best friend. Because then you can look at, like, the GD script reference. Okay, this has pretty much everything you need to know about how to do the syntax of GD script. Variable A equals 5, S equals hello, blah, blah, blah. Dictionaries, constants, enums, vectors, functions, that type of stuff. And then there's also some tutorials in here, but yeah, tutorials, I get what you mean by not really learning much from them. It's more just to get the familiarity, I think. Because then you might know enough to at least try something on your own, and then when you can't figure it out, then you just Google it. But you do that enough over and over and over again, and eventually you get good at it. Work with Game Maker myself personally, but I like to go through all the lines of code one by one, add a comment explaining what each line does. That's a very good idea. Yeah. But yeah, Ms. Webb, I think just doing it a ton is the best way to get good. Whatever you're doing, whether it's tutorials or trying your own projects is the best way to learn, but tutorials are a good way to at least like familiarize yourself with how the engine works, so you're not starting from literally zero. But yeah. How do I do this avoidance stuff? Thanks for the help on what to do. Yeah, for sure. And by the way, if you do want help from other people as well, that's my, hey, thank you for the gifted sub as well. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. But yeah, if you do need help with getting off the ground, or you want to share what you're working on, whatever it is, there is the Discord there that you can check out. Plus, you'll get, updates with when I go live and on the game. Well, I guess I haven't really posted any updates on the game, but, you'll be able to keep up with the game there just by the stream. But man, these guys are still going to run into each other, especially since their velocities are weird. I think I just need to maybe not lerp the velocities. Velocity equals deer times speed. I'll be lurking while trying to do a project. Sounds good. Yeah. And let me know how it goes. Okay, so these guys kind of walk and then they stop. If I hit him, come on. Come on, Hurtbox. You can do it. There we go. Oh, nope. Bro. There we go. Goodness sakes. Yep, they're still going to run into each other. Now, another way I could do it is... I could, always make them go for the closest one to them. So maybe there isn't a... Basically check who's closest to this. Distance to nav target to attacking, transition to attacking, and transition to attacking will currently let's see here. Transition to attacking. We'll just go nm dot. I mean, we can just throw that in there. We can do reset timer dot stop. We could do Thanks for the gifts. Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you once again, Mr. Webb. Nav timer dot stop. And then state, whoops. State equals state not attacking. And then we can do this exact same thing, but it will be greater than or equal to, and then we just do a The other thing I could do is make it so they just don't run into each other. They just phase through each other. Okay, if I line it up perfectly, what happens? Okay, he swings, he misses. That guy swings and misses. This guy swings and misses. They're all running into each other. Heavy attack could play a reset to chase. Where's my anim keys? Transition to chasing. Okay. That might still work. Okay, so we're transitioning to attacking. I might be working on things that I shouldn't be working on right now because I'm kind of skipping over the positioning again. But so we transition to attacking. If attack ready, then blip. Attack ready is true. Then we could do cooldown dot play. Oops, dot start. It's a one shot, okay. And on cooldown timeout, we do what we were doing before. Of course, they're trying to get to other sides of you, which I think they need to just try to get to whatever is closest, I think. So we'll have to work that in. Okay, invalid get index global position. That might fix it. I don't know. So let's figure this out again. So how are we going to assign these enemies? Maybe we don't do it with target node. Or we could still do it. We just need to check how far away each one is. Let me try something here. Turns the number of... Okay, perfect. I'm going to snooze this ad. if we make them run or rotate with the character, so if I go okay, so we still have those. Here, let me test something real quick. Just want to make sure that this actually rotates with my model. Okay, yeah. Man, this is hard though because I gotta check the distance not just to one point, but to all four. Snooze this ad again. What do you think about this? So we look at the distance to one of them. Then we look at the distance to the other one. Then to the other one. And to the other one. And we look at what's closest to each. So I think it would be better for these nodes to check who's closest and then tell them. Man, I'm really trying to figure out which way to go about this. So I want these guys to check, these nodes to check their position against the enemies and just find the distances. And actually what I can do is, instead of hostile enemies, I can do just main threats. And we don't really need a leader at this point. So we could just do this. Let me just... if enemy in main threats actually wait main threats size less than or equal to 4 if enemy in main threats continue else okay, so we'll just do that. Goodness sakes, this is just breaking my brain. I could do multiple for loops, but I want to find like a good way of doing this. I starts at 1 though, right? It might just be... What do I need to do? Where did I do it before? Distance 2, global position dot distance 2. Okay, so something like that. But this is just going one by one. So I think I do need to do 2 for loops. Distance to node equals... Okay, so what is this actually doing? It's grabbing, so the first one grabs the first guy in main threats dot size. It says target name is this. It grabs number 1. Okay, so let me do this. we're going to run this again. Target node. Okay. So we have our node. Then we go in through each of the enemies, grab the distance to node. And if AP1 distance is equal to null, then we say AP1 distance equals distance to node. And if distance to node is less than AP1 distance, distance is equal to distance to node. Oh wait, this is only working for AP1. Goodness sakes. This is just breaking my brain. Feel like I'm just making the worst system possible, but That's me, yeah. AP1 equals main threats I. Now this just needs to somehow get see. Loop over variables. I could do it with nodes, but how do I do it with this is just horrific, but I think what the problem is with this, besides the horrific nature of it, is that it would still like just override. Whoever's closest is just going to override all of this. Although one thing I could do is here, let's see here. I'll split them up so I can at least see them. So this is just truly horrible, but Guess I can just do this. AP1 dot target enemy equals this is truly just horrifying, but oh, and then I still got to do a check. This is so bad. Okay. No, I need it is equal to null. This just might be some of the worst piece of garbage coding I've ever done, and I don't even think it's gonna work. So all this effort is super worth it. Okay. Let's see all the things that break. Okay. Okay. It looks like I do have to do +1 there. Do I have to do it here too? We'll see. Nav target. On validate index on base node 3D. Okay, so I hit him. They're all swinging. Just can't seem to find out where to go. Okay. So my terrible code does not work, surprisingly. Yes. Ooh. This is truly just horrible. AP1. Okay, breaking this down again. How to get closest enemies to closest targets. Godot. Man, I just got to figure out a way either to do avoidance or to make this work, but Redark Technology. What is up? Thank you for the follow, man. AI. Honestly, I probably actually could do this. Let's see. Want to adjust this code to look at the 4 enemies in the array main threats. They need to each, or there are 4 nodes that surround. Just looking around, giving up trying to find a C# Godot streamer. Yeah, there's not many that use C#. I want the closest to go to closest to each node to go to that node, but without making whoever is closest claim all 4 nodes. How can I do this? ed script. So many timer nodes? Yeah, way too many. But I kind of like having it separated like that because I hate doing any of the await, create timer, like that type of stuff, just because it's so many crashes just because of that. There's always going to be issues there. Okay, I'm just gonna literally copy paste this in. And see what happens. Assigned nodes. Okay. So what is it trying to do? Trying to make an AI with an AI, pretty much. So far, GPT has been okay at doing some stuff. Okay, so target node, we go 4 ion range 4. Still doing the plus 2. It should just be plus 1, right? Target node is this. Available nodes, target node. Okay, so collect the positions of the 4 nodes. Okay. Assigned nodes for enemy and main threats. Min distance. What is an inf? Positive floating point infinity. When the divisor is 0 for negative infinity. Okay. Cool. Closest node, null. So for enemy in main threats, min distance closest node. For node in available nodes, which is here, distance to that global position. If its distance is less than min distance, then min distance equals distance. Okay. Closest node equals node. Closest node, assign the closest node and mark it as assigned. If closest node does not equal null, then enemy target enemy, or enemy target equals closest node. Okay. Assign nodes. I think this is just going to make them all go for the node that is closest to them and not to the I don't know. We'll see. It might just break. Huh? Wait. Wait a second. Hey now. You can't just work like that. There's still some weirdness because not weirdness. There's still some problems because they don't know how to avoid each other. And we're not updating the node. But dang. Oh, I see. I didn't realize that it was going if node not in assigned nodes. Which might still make some weirdness, but so set nav targets on my dyno. Let's do 0.5 there. And on hostile chase timeout, we're going to do oh, whoops. No. We just need to set nav targets. What? Okay. There we go. Look at that. Although it still doesn't quite update, like the guy that's further away from one will claim one. But only for a little bit, it looks like, since it's updating. They're still pushing each other out of the way. I might disable their own collision. Just to see if I can get this working okay. Okay, transition to attacking. We can do idle there. Also, on the chasing, we'll make this a little bit scarier. They kind of move in this weird movement, but why won't they attack, though? Okay, it definitely looks janky. Plus, they're just kind of continuously chasing, which we don't want. Also, there is a point where they just decide to stop attacking. RJL, what's up? What's going on here? I'm trying to figure out some way of having these guys not constantly just push each other out of the way. Right now I have collision off for each other, but they're constantly pushing each other out of the way, trying to get to wherever they are. And then now they just, after a certain amount of time, they just don't attack. Transition to attack. Where is it? To attacking. Put that there. And then we put nav timer. State attacking. You know what? I wonder if it's because I'm not letting the animation finish. Let me try it. Because the keyframe for the animation, there's a keyframe that turns the attack, like can attack Boolean back on. So he swings, and then if I come in here and I go out, yeah, like right there, he probably, nope, okay, he can still attack. But there is a point where they just can't. Oh, I'm dead. Target name. Never quite got state machines down. Yeah, mine are brutal right now, but have timers start. I always end up using if statements. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm doing here. Where's New Jank when you need him? Yep. Boom. Boom. Oh, interesting. Now they line up. In a way where they come alongside you. Yeah, the attack, I don't mind. It's starting to be pretty decent. Like now they try to walk up to an area that they can swing and hit you. Although on that right side, it doesn't matter as much. So actually, I need them to turn towards the player. Right now, their nav target is that. Every tick turn needs to turn towards the player. Ooh. Yeah, I have no idea. Let me look this up again. So, from to...
I don't know. I just got here.
Hey, Raystale. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. How you doing, man? 2 angles in radians by a weight. Okay. Min angle, max angle. And right now we're just doing the velocity X, velocity Y, which just takes our input direction. So, instead, what we're going to do... Wait a second. No, this is a... What? Oh, duh. Okay. It was turn 2 dot normalized, so now we get a direction, and now I think we can just do... I'm so brain dead at this point. I'm gonna have to get off soon anyway, so. Oh, geez. Okay, they are turning to the right spot. Okay. Now they do swing for the fences. Let's just go to Apollo here. Do Z5. So I don't want them running into you with their face. It's 5. The attacks might be too far away, but that's fine. So we can fix that. Yeah, that I do like these attacks, and I'm going to add another attack too. Boom. Okay, he did hit once. Still looks janky, but maybe this wasn't the best creature to start on. Just a huge blocky guy that's really hard with navigation. Nope. Okay. Position, yes. Okay, so when you kill one, not in the side nodes. Okay. Global position on freed. In available nodes. Okay, so it should be the enemy that is freed, right? Yes. Do something like that and see if it works. Oh, jeez. Okay, nice. Try to kill the other one. Why are they not attacking? Ah, it's so annoying. They're not even doing the turn 2 thing. Well, I can kill them all off. Something with the state machine. Wait. So if the size is less than 4, then we add them to the enemy. Or then we add someone there if they're not in it. Then the size is more than 4. Then we add all the other guys to just the hang back enemies. Now, gotta figure out what's going on with my state, but I don't really understand anything, but I know it looks hard. Yeah. I mean, we're slowly getting to something, but I feel like I'm adding more complexity. I started out by trying to plan everything. Started out great, and then I went into forgetting about the fact that I was trying to plan everything, and now we're getting into unknown territory. Only 4 enemy can attack is what hang enemy is. Yeah, so the enemy hang back thing is just... Yeah. Currently, only 4 guys can attack at once. I don't even know if I'm going to have more than 4 enemies, especially in this demo, ever attack you at once. So it's probably not that big of a deal. But I want guys that they come closer and then they stand around, look menacing, and that's about it. That finds enemy targets. And then it basically sets the nav targets again. And then we start it over, so it just kind of loops through this. Taunting it, yeah. Godot has its own AI module. Probably need to learn more about Godot module. Well, so this is my own. Are you talking this here? Because as far as this script goes, this is just what I'm throwing together. But oh, just nodes, AI nodes. They do have a navigation. Unless you're just talking about this right here, like AI.set, because that's just my singleton, which is my enemy AI script up here. So it's just like my global singleton. Yeah. So it's not like a built-in class or yeah. My own. How do you draw the red lines that the enemy is targeting? So basically what I'm doing is I'm using a plugin. Here, I'll snooze this ad. I'm going to have to get off really quick here, actually, but I'll explain this really quick. So I'm using a plugin called Terrain 3D, which allows me to draw on my navigation stuff onto the terrain and then bake, because it's a terrain plugin. But then I'm drawing on the navigation region and baking it there. But all you have to do to be able to see where the pathing is, because I have a navigation agent 3D on here, is just this debug here. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Let me pull this up. This debug right here. Just click that and it'll show. It'll show the red lines of where they're headed. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, setting up the plugin is a little bit... It's not super difficult, but you have to make sure you do it right. But it's a nice plugin to have. Debug, I'm going to do non-visible navigation as far as the navigation regions. And I think it still shows the... Yeah, it's okay. It still shows the lines. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure out what's going on. I think they're getting close to working. We love plugins. Plugins are nice. I do want to get this combat really figured out by the end of the week with like putting it in different classes or different or putting it in a class or something. A lot of this functionality so it just works. Love hitting these guys. Me using C#, struggling to use GD script plugins. Yeah. But we also have other creatures that aren't going to be attacking, so I need to split up my classes a little bit, I think. Like, these guys aren't going to fight back. They're going to be just like the grass bros. Love these little just flickering cubes. Not enemy AI. I could also just do it based off of like my team's enumeration. I could do something like that, but I really should bounce. Let me go here and say to do enemies stop attacking for some reason. State issue. Okay, and then let me go find someone to raid. Yes, we are raiding. Take care as well. Fanny Slam, good to see you as always. And everyone who's here. Appreciate you all being here. Mafachu says, see ya. Hey, peace out, Mafachu. Thank you for being here as well. Appreciate you. And all of you in the YouTube chat. Now, and what did you say earlier? Something about Fanny Slam, you're going live in 2 hours and have not set up. Ah, I see. Who are we raiding? Hey, T31337, what is up? We got an ad coming up, so I'm going to raid out really fast. Man, who is available to raid? Okay, we're going to raid this Outfrost guy. Just chilling? Okay, yeah. Well, I'm about to bounce, so. But thank you for being here. End of stream, yeah. But I'll be back on tomorrow. See you next time, man. Good to see you again, as always. Been a minute, I think, right? But yeah. Outfrost is a fellow teammate. Perfect. Awesome. Then that will work. All right, I'll send you over now. Peace out. Hope you all have a good one. And I will see you next time. Bye. And for those of you in the YouTube chat,